is Bishop's lead for safeguarding in Rochester, and as a member of clergy in the Church of England, a constant feeling of being conflicted. I wanted to just speak briefly about that word redress. I think it does give us a glimmer of hope. Most importantly, of course, it gives a glimmer of hope to survivors. But I'm a Charlton Athletic fan. We have a saying, I'm sure many of you do, that it's not the despair that kills you, it's the hope. We particularly remember that when we've thrown away a 2-0 lead. That's important to remember. Survivors have suffered in terms of mental health and physical health. They've lost families and relationships and homes and jobs and secure retirements. If we are serious about redress, if we are serious about offering hope, then we must not fail to deliver on that. Failure to deliver on hope kills, quite literally. I've been doing some hand-wringing recently. We're often accused of that in the church, and I realised last week, in conversation with a survivor, that I'd been up to it too. I'd been bemoaning, privately and among friends, the derisory payments that have been made to survivors of church context abuse. And I've been waiting for the national church to take action about that. But I'd forgotten that I am well placed within my diocese to ask some very difficult questions, as are many others of you in this room. So I spoke at Bishop's Council and just raised this. Because surely within our diocese we have the capacity to go further than a full and final settlement. Surely we have the capacity to do justly, to act mercifully, and even to be generous. Surely we have the capacity to question our insurers about their practices, and indeed our lawyers. It occurred to me that actually we can change insurers if we don't think their methods are ethical. I changed my electricity supplier. I am hoping that when I go back to my diocese, some of my colleagues, and I'm sure they will be asking me some very difficult questions in diocesan synod. I urge you, synod members, don't just wait for the national church. Survivors are watching and wanting to help us. But we must not hold out hope and disappoint them. We must go back to our diocese and do something.